Are you serious? Kirby gets a Nintendo Direct and Metroid does not? 0 to 10, where's my refund? Literally unplayable. Let's talk about it. Anyways, hey guys, Alex, and today we're going to be talking about the Kirby AirRiders Direct, which is really long. And it's run by Sakurai, the madman himself. So, yeah, so anyways, as someone who has, this is coming from someone who has never played the original, and someone who doesn't really know play that much Kirby, besides NFL, but that's another story. Anyway, so here's my thoughts about it. So we've got literally the basics of it, like mostly how everyone's driving, and mostly how everything works, and mostly how everything works with how the characters they show, because back then all we know is there were all Kirby's in the game, and now we can actually pick as other people in the game, like Mennonite, Benedity, DD, and a bunch of other stuff. Gooey being the best one. Even Aloma from David Bowie's song "Starman Waiting in the Sky" from the Lightyear movie. Although I was never in the movie, I was gonna try that. Anyway, never getting off topics. And mostly it's just Sakurai explaining the basics of it, like how this whole thing works, and he explains also like Mario Kart. Nah, it's mostly more like F-Zero, to be honest. And this is probably the closest thing we'll ever get to a new F-Zero game, because that's 99. But anyways, we're gonna be, Sakurai is mostly talking about how it all is made, like how it all works, and mostly how the controls work with just moving it. I think it just moved by itself. So, and the B button is always just drift Vin Diesel style, and mostly the Y now has a new button, which is just Y. It uses a special move, like. Basically, they all have their like Sonic and Knuckles Racing, where they all have their own all-star thing, and they just destroy stuff one another, and then boom. So yeah, anyways, afterwards, and just mostly other stuff happens, and mostly we have more characters, and then we got more cards. I thought it would be customizable, but nope, they all have their own. I mean, Mario Kart World kind of got rid of that feature, so. I guess that's the norm now, but whatever. So anyways, and afterwards we got some more maps. We got some cool looking maps. We even got to see one play, which we'll get to that soon. And we got one of them was just called Floria Flowers or something like that. I thought it said Florida first. I was like, they really having really Florida looking like this? Nah. Anyways. So afterwards happens is mostly we got Sakura to actually play around a bit. And all I'm thinking about all of this is how everything is labeled in this direct is Smash Bros. Like style with how everything is. Yes, Sakurai made Kirby. Yes, Sakurai made Smash Bros. Combine those two into one, and then you get this Kirby AirRiders 2. So yeah, that's pretty much how it is. So anyways, after that happens, and mostly just. Then we just see them play. We see him play. We see how the map works in this section, and we see him win. Which, funny enough, he starts off badly, and then he got us up in the end. And then afterwards, we get to the big one, which is basically half of it already. City Trial, which is basically the main focus of the whole thing, which I've heard. And now it's basically Angel Island, where it's basically floating, and it's big, I think. And mostly you see a bunch of items that you see where you basically just upgrade, and they all have like copy abilities included, and then afterwards you see most of it just play in the background. You're just flying up to this, you see fly, you see it play, and then you see include some special things like bosses, obstacles, meteors, everything. Now it's returned to natural disaster survival on Roblox. How relevant, but anyways, and mostly get a bunch of other stuff that happens. So. And then afterwards, for the remaining of it, and it includes some like mini games included after the 5 minutes are up. It's 5 minutes, by the way, and it is online, by the way, so 16 people can actually do it online, which is cool. But you're probably gonna lose instantly if you don't know how the game works. I don't like F-Zero, but I digress. So, anyways, afterwards we just play some other, and then we see Sakurai play again, and then everything else. There's history. So. Yeah, so anyways, that's pretty much it. So we see Sakurai play, which was nice, and then afterwards we get Nintendo music for it, to the song, which is out right now as I'm recording this. It is out right now. So yeah. So and anyways, and then afterwards we just play. We just I don't know. We just end it with our November release date. So yep. So anyways, yeah, I guess that's really it. So. Overall, just someone who has never played the original and not played that much Kirby, I'll probably check it out. And it's $70. I got it $8.80, but the next Mario game will probably be it. But maybe in tomorrow's direct if they announce that randomly, but I digress. So anyways, I guess that's really it for today. So anyways, hope you guys not enjoy this video. Comment, dislike, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in Hellcat's live streams and Henry's Edge Man in a couple hours. So bye.